Hello, hello. Sorry about that. I think the camera froze. I just had to reset it. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday Morning Movement. We're going to get started here in about a minute or two. Nice. Recommend having some yoga blocks for this morning and maybe a pillow, especially for one of the exercises. It'll be a little bit more comfortable for your knee to have a pillow. Good morning. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'd recommend 2 yoga blocks. Tuck your feet underneath. Find a nice comfortable position. Sit up nice and tall. We'll work on our essentially our exhale in this breathing practice. We're going to work on pulling the belly button in, forcing all the air out of the lungs, feeling a nice amount of tension here in the core, and then allowing it to relax, allowing the elastic quality of our muscles to open up and the air to rush in. So we'll breathe in through our nose, exhale through the mouth, pull the belly button in, release, air comes back in. Really see how much air you can push out. Now a little faster. And relax. So essentially what we're doing there is we're working on our transverse abdominis, which is that deepest muscle that runs around the entire length of the torso. It's essentially a weight belt inside of our body. The more we strengthen that, the less we'll need an actual weight belt when we start doing heavy lifting. Okay, so that anchors the rest of the core in place. So that's a great exercise to work on it. All right, we're going to do lower body mobility today. So it makes sense for doing lower body. We should start with the toes. So I recommend if you have 2 yoga blocks or something of an equal size, sit on them like this. So essentially you're in a squat position. This will also help you kind of stretch and get used to getting into a deep squat. If you need to raise it up a little bit more to make your back comfortable, totally fine. If you can, think of shifting your weight forward a little bit, allowing the knees to come past the toes. And we're going to work with isolating the different parts of the feet. So to start, I'm going to practice just lifting the big toe off and then back down. Here, let me move the camera forward so you can see. All right, so big toe, lift, back down. Big toe lift, back down. If that's hard for you, go ahead and put your hands over the other toes, kind of as a crutch, and then back down. Good, up. Really lift up as much as you can, back down. Big toes are super strong. It's important that we learn how to use them properly. Any lower body movement, if we have strength in our feet, that strength will translate up the rest of the chain. Good. Just the big toe right now. All right. Now let's do the other 4 toes. So big toe stays down, lift the other toes. Again, if you need to, you can hold the big toe down kind of as a crutch until you can control it voluntarily. Really try to lift them as high as you can. Besides our hands and our face, the feet have the most nerve endings in the body, yet we don't really train them that much, so it can be a little difficult at first to learn how to engage these different parts. But once you do, it's going to help with your balance, it's going to help with everything. Good. 2 or 3 more. All right, now we're going to lift all the toes up, and we're going to practice just bringing the big toe down. So keep everything up, just big toe. If you're finding that difficult, maybe lean back a little bit so there's less stretch in the front of the leg here. Good, now just the other toes. Leave the big toe up. Oh, I did both there. Don't tell anyone. Good, and relax. Shake your toes out. Wiggle your toes out. All right. We're going to work with the ankle here. So let's go ahead and remove the blocks. We're going to come down onto our right shin. Left foot's going to stay in front. Okay? Let's do it on an angle here so you can see. So what I'm trying to do is I'm going to work on my ability to dorsiflex my foot, so to allow my knee to track past my toes. We actually have a lot of flexibility here in the back of the calf, but we don't often train it. And there's that cue that people give when you're doing squats, don't let your knees go past your toes. It's total bogus. Your knee can definitely go past your toes, and we should train it that way. All right, so you're going to be down here. Shift your weight forward until you start to feel a stretch and a little bit of resistance. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate my ankle by pressing my foot into the floor. Okay, so I'm trying to straighten and point my foot. Obviously I can't, but that engagement is going to engage my calf and help it to stretch. Good, and release. Now think of pulling your toes up, engaging the front part of your leg. Good, press down. release, engage the front part, think of pulling the toes up, and then we're just switching back and forth, maybe 5 seconds engagements on this side, and then press 5 seconds engagement here. Good, release, pull. Press. And release. Nice. If it's hard for you to get down into that position, totally okay to stay up on a block. You know, get yourself comfortable first before you start working on it. All right, let's do the right foot. Again, shift your weight forward until you feel like you're at your end range of motion. Start by pressing the foot down, the ball of the foot, driving it into the floor, hard as you can. And then the opposite, think of trying to lift the feet, lift the foot off the floor. Good, press. And lift. Press. And lift. Press. And lift. Good, press. And lift. And good, relax. Go ahead and sit on your butt. Legs out, shake it out. If you ever find that you have kind of limited range of motion in your squat, one thing to look at is your ankles. If I'm working with clients and I see that they have a hard time getting down into a nice squat, usually it's kind of an inflexibility or immobility of the ankle. And if you work on that, suddenly you have more range of motion everywhere else. All right. Moving right along, let's work up into the knee. Sitting on your butt, we'll work with the right leg. Right arm goes underneath the right thigh. We'll start with a little bit of knee rotation. So what we're going to do is I'm going to try to pull my foot toward the lateral side and then back to midline. I'll show it this direction. Rotate, down. Rotate, back to center. Not much range of motion, but just a little bit. Good. Now keeping the back straight, try to extend the leg and back down. Extend, back down. Good, switch sides. Start with rotation. Good. Now extension. Good. One more. And release. Nice. Shake it out. Shake it out. All right. Moving right along. We've done toes, ankles, knees. Now let's get into the hips. Let's get into our 90-90 position. Let's start with left leg in front, right leg behind. Check that you have 90-degree angles in both legs. If you need to lean over to the side, totally cool, especially if you're feeling a pinching here or if it feels uncomfortable in the hip. Just lean a little bit over to your left. Otherwise, try to stay upright, hinging at the hips, nice neutral spine, lean forward over the front leg. Good. Activate, drive the front leg into the mat. Lift your hands, keep a neutral spine, press yourself up using that front leg as your driving force. Then lean forward, resist the weight coming forward by continuing to press that front leg into the mat. Good. And back up. Let's do 5. That was 2, so 3 more. Nice. Go ahead and lean forward a little bit. Fingertips on the mat. We're going to try to internally rotate the back hip by lifting the foot as high as possible and then back down. Lift. Back down. Lift. Back down. Good. One more. Up and hold. Done. Nice. Hands behind as you open, legs wide, and then transition to the other side. I don't know if my mic picked up that hip pop. That was loud. Sounded like opening a can of soda. Nice. Check your angles, 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Lean forward. Nice straight spine. Nice. Activate. Drive the front leg into the mat. Press yourself up. And then lean forward. Good. 5 total. Good. One more. Nice. Internal rotation, back leg, lift, and release. Lift, and release. Good. One or two more. And release. Nice. Shake that out. Shake that out. All right. Moving right along. Left leg in front, bent at a 90-degree angle. Right leg out to the side. Drop down onto your elbow. This is a drill for external rotation. We did this once before. So start by lifting and externally rotating your leg as much as possible. Then give yourself a little assistance, right? That difference from here to here is my mobility gap, right? This is my flexibility. This is my mobility. That range in between is the danger range, right? That's where if my body goes into that position accidentally under load, I might injure myself because there's that gap. For some people, that gap is large, right? Their mobility might be here, but then their flexibility, their foot's up in their face. So the goal of this work is to try to close that gap so that we're bulletproofing our joints, as I like to say. Good. Hold. Use your hand. Lift it a little higher. Hold. Hand. Breathe. Pull. Engage. Hand. Two more. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Oh yeah. Nice. Let's do the other side. Start by lifting just on its own accord. See where your mobility range is. Then hand. Good. And hold. Good. Hand. And hold. Good. Hand. Hold. Hand. Hold. Last one. Good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Whew. Similar sensation to doing planks, but in your hip. Shake that out. Shake that out. All right, we got one last one to do. Save the best for last. All right, we're going to use a pillow for this one. Left leg in front, right leg behind. You want to have a neutral spine, tucking the glute under, stretching the front of the leg. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to pull my heel up towards my butt as much as possible, engaging my hamstring, and then relax. With this move, I often cramp, and that's very common because we don't practice bringing the hamstring into such a shortened position. If you feel the cramp, maybe just stand up, stretch it out, shake it out, do whatever you need to. All right, engage, pull that foot in as much as possible, keep the core tight, and down. Nice. 2 more. Last one. Relax. Other side. Oh yeah. Same thing, other side. Let's go for like 5 to 8. Nice hard contraction. Oops. Good. 1 or 2 more. Good. Last one. And relax. Nice. Whew. Go ahead and stand up. Shake your legs out. Maybe give your hamstrings a stretch by shooting the hips back. Nice. All right, that is going to be the class for this morning, going through the lower body all the way from the toes, the ankles, the knees, the hips. Hopefully that got things a little bit more mobile. Thank you very much. I'll see everyone on Saturday for core and recovery.